Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMtrading. Today's December 3rd, 2020. And today is Thursday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the euro continues to climb higher to new territory as the market makes a rotation. Forex symbols back in play. Always something happening in the markets, and this is one example of that. Now, first, looking at the economic events of the day. All day today, we have OPEC meetings, which should affect the price of oil. So very important that that's happening. Oil's pretty steady. So looking at the various markets, the euro and the Aussie dollar both continue to climb and gain versus the US dollar. And looking at the indices, the NASDAQ on its all-time highs, as the Dow Jones also climbs, but not as aggressively. We're going to look at the individual stocks as well. Looking at commodities, gold continues to climb higher, while oil pretty much steady at $45 a barrel. Okay, very important. Looking at the stocks, Apple and Alcoa continue to move higher. Apple looking very, very strong and forcing the market higher. And lastly, looking at Bitcoin, pretty much flat lines at the top of the range at 18,000-ish level, but has a really great run into the end of the year. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're going to take a look here at the Euro USD at a daily chart. You can see pretty much after we broke that 120-ish level, it was just goodbye. We're trading at 120, 123. Just to give us a perspective, okay, we have to look at a monthly to weekly chart since we haven't been in this territory since 2018. Now, this has happened before where we've rallied into the end of the year, but it also seems that during the years of Obama, the euro did get stronger versus the USD, and that's really because of regulatory policies that the president sets itself. So with the outing of Trump and the incoming Biden administration, you see that the markets are kind of making that rotation once again, which is the euro getting much stronger, okay? Believe it or not, the euro was even in the 150-ish level in 2011, 2012-ish time period, okay? So that was really where it can even go higher. Now, the next real resistance-ish level is 125-ish level. I would say that's the real, that's the real catalyst as a resistance-ish level, because that was a previous support. If you saw that here, right there, that is your previous resistance, subsequent support. So that's really a colossal area for this to actually gravitate to. Okay, so just be aware of it. But this has gotten so much stronger over the past, I would say, 6 months. Okay, since the pandemic actually hitting that really crazy time where we hit 106-ish level at that bottom. Okay, so we've already gone up about 14 to 1500 pips in the past 6 months. That's remarkable. Okay, in a time frame where over the past 4 years we were in less than a 600 to 700 pip range. Okay, we're going to discuss this at the year in review, but just to give you a perspective of it, we're just looking at now. So looking at today, I expect it to extend its rally, okay, unless there's some sort of market news that comes in. Okay, it's hard to buy this at this area just because it's rallied so much already. So just look for the dips, okay, at this stage. Now looking at the Aussie dollar as well, breaking higher at that 74.52. We're looking at a weekly, and that's also a very important level for it to break higher too. This could go as far as 80 to 81 if it sustains this rally and continues to extend it. Now looking at the GBP USD, didn't follow through here. It's still struggling at 134, but this is mostly concerned with what's happening with Brexit or the background of Brexit, okay, and they're going into that second shutdown. Okay, so the economy in the UK is actually still reeling. So you see vis-a-vis the dollar that certain currencies are getting much stronger and certain currencies are just staying flat just because of their internal issues. Now jumping into commodities, looking at gold, we extended that rally by another 35 points yesterday, okay, above that 1836-ish level as we continued that rally. That was an important level. Now, the next real resistance-ish level is 1855, so keep that in mind, okay? When it comes to think about it, 1768 was a bargain to buy gold at. Okay, you saw that actual. Now I would really want to see what happens after this, okay, because gold was really in play for a long time and it looked like it was going to get to 2,500 3,000 by the end of the year, and then at the elections it faltered and now making a recovery once again. Now looking at oil, trading at $45.21. Okay, really flat here. Okay, if we look at a 1 hour chart, you could see that that's that's flatlining pretty much, okay? And to be in a 30 to 50 cents range is quite a tight range to be trading in, okay? Probably not even tradable, to tell you the truth. So with the catalyst of OPEC coming out with their meeting today, if the price or the production is going to be increased or decreased depending on what they forecast for the first and second quarter of 2021, that should affect the price of the markets, okay? Because we are in second lockdown in many parts of the world, including the United States. Certain states are going into second lockdown, including California. Parts of New York are going into lockdown. So that's something to consider, okay, as airline traveling is still to a very big minimum. Okay, now jumping into the indices, okay, the NASDAQ is really where it's at. We're looking at a daily. We're right there, 12,472 on our dead highs. And I expect it to break higher, okay, but it's got to follow through with the stocks, okay, because they're not following through. And that's a bit disconcerting. When the index goes before the stocks, not a good sign, okay? It's generally a better sign when the stocks go before the index and the index catches up, okay? We're going to look at the individual stocks that are listed on the NASDAQ, including Apple, which rallied to 121, but I would have expected it to rally to 126, 127. You can't see it in this graph, unfortunately, just because it's still representative of the post 4-to-1 split. Now looking at Facebook, also rallied to 285, but not on its highs, okay? All the FANG stocks are not on their highs. Microsoft still underneath that 215, reluctantly not breaking higher, okay? Not a good sign again. If we look at Amazon, still not on its highs, okay? So I'm not feeling so particularly confident that the market's going to go higher here unless the stocks follow through. Now, they may follow through today, and that's really where I expect it to follow through on the upside. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, we did rally a little bit yesterday, about 200 points, making back that real estate from 30,000. We sold off to 29,600-ish level and then breaking it back to 29,860. So we're really mid-range, okay, between these two extremities, all right? Our high over here of 30,000, okay? And our low, let's just highlight that for you so you can see it a little clearer. That's our high, and this is our low of 20. So we're right there, we're smack in the middle. I do expect it to make some sort of recovery later today. So just keep an eye on it, because when we look at the individual stocks on the Dow Jones, they are going higher. Like, let's take a look at Alcoa, continuing to make that rally, $22 a share. Now that's a takeoff, okay? That's really like a big rally. We are at resistance-ish level right now, so something to consider. JP Morgan also trading close to its highs. So the market is making rotations, but I do need to see follow through here, okay? That's really important if you're looking into that. Now, looking at Bitcoin, you see it's hugging that 18,000, 19,000-ish level, so very important as it comes into this breakout, possibly towards the end of the year. I'd still keep an eye on this, okay, because a lot of institutional money is being flowed into it. And with that said, the fact that we went from 12,000 to 19,000 within a span of 1 month is just indicative of how much further this can go on the high side. So just keep that in your view, okay, if it does break out above this 19,500-ish level. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.